Hey there, YouTube. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Is everybody out there ready for the weekend? Well, today I've got a new recipe for you to try out. So let's just get right to it. This is a delicious raw vegan creamy dill sauce recipe, and I just came up with it yesterday, tweaked it a little bit, made it again today, and it is, voila, beautiful. And it has such a nice color to it. It's got that dill. You know, I love basil, but I actually think that dill is one of my favorite herbs. I've had dill in my head for like the last week. My roommate had some dill in the refrigerator and he never used it. And it just kept, every time I opened the refrigerator, I could smell it. And I'm like, dude, are you going to use this dill? It's driving me insane. Use it or something. Well, he told me to use it, but his dill wasn't really that good anymore. It just sat too long, so I got some more. But anyhow, with no further ado, let's get right to it. And some of these you can play with the amounts a little bit, but I tried to be precise. I don't usually get very precise with my amounts. I just kind of put stuff together. And also, too, in the near future, I'm going to do a video just talking about how to learn how to put recipes together. If you just pay attention and look at a lot of different recipes, you'll see a lot of commonalities and just little tricks that'll help you develop your own recipes, and that gives you a lot of freedom. So we start with 1 cup of soaked cashews. I said an abundant amount of dill. In fact, for me, there is never too much dill. I'll show you something. I had this little ramekin here, and I had it almost full. I probably had it about up to right there. But like I say, when it comes to dill, there's no such thing as too much. Next, I had a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Then I had a tablespoon of nutritional yeast. I had about a 1/4 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt, maybe just a little bit, and you pour water to consistency. Now, I like the perfect, I'm specific about my consistency. And also too, you need to think a little bit, because you're going to probably, unless you're going to use it completely, all of it right on the spot, you're going to put some of this in the refrigerator. Because I didn't use a ton of it yesterday. I mean, this will go a long way. I used it for some wraps that I was making, but it's got a nice consistency. It's not too thick. It's not too watery. It's a sauce. It's more, like I say, I can use, sometimes I do stuff with my cashews that's more like the consistency of a sour cream or something like that. But this, I want it just a little bit thinner, but I don't want it watery. So like I always tell you guys, be very careful with your water. You can always add more water, but once it gets too watery, you're not going to catch up. I know what you might try to do. You might try to get some more, well, let's see, oh, it's too watery. Let's soak some more cashews real quick. We can add cashews. I've tried to do that before when I overdid with the water, and no matter how much of the ingredients that you add more in there, it just never seems to help it. So just go little by little until you get that consistency you want. But this one is a good one, and I think probably here in about 15 or 20 minutes I'm going to make some more of those wraps that I made yesterday. Sit down and enjoy those. So yeah, I've been I'd say over the last couple of months I've come up with 4 or 5 recipes. So I'm kind of on a little roll here, and maybe this weekend I'm gonna think recipe again. Maybe I'll think of something. This is it. This is the second time I made it, and there's no more tweaking that I need to do on this. So now that I got myself a good dill creamy recipe, I might work on something with basil this weekend, but we'll see. We'll see what mood I'm in. We'll see what comes up. We'll see what I decide to do. I'm probably going to do a weekend video, maybe a Saturday video, whenever you're watching this. I do have to realize that a lot of times people are watching this 3 months after I've recorded it, and they're like, what the hell's he talking about tomorrow, the next day, this, that, or the other. So I'll see you when I see you guys. Peace.